So today's session was a bit more of a, I guess, experimenting with variety and volume, right? So with my pull-ups, I started off with my explosive pull-ups, then I worked onto the weighted, and finally I finished off with the bodyweight pull-ups, right? So with the explosive pull-ups, I only did 3 sets of 3 just to get a feel of how I felt with, pulling as hard as possible, right? Then I worked on to weighted pull-ups, 20 kilos for a 4 sets of 5. Now, each set had I guess I had like 2 to 3 reps in reserve for each set. And I didn't really want to max out in every single set. After that, I did bodyweight pull-ups, and this is what really taxed the hell out of my back. I did 4 sets of 10 of just bodyweight pull-ups on the rings, and that stuff just, yeah, that really, it really burns, right? And even though it was just body weights, right, with no external load, it was very, very taxing when I was starting to go into those the greater volume and larger rep schemes, right? In that sense, I guess what I was trying to do was I was trying to get the best of both worlds. So like the strength of the 4 sets of 5s we weighted, and then the hypertrophy work near the end. Now after that, I supplemented some horizontal rows. I did a bit of incline reverse flies, and then I finished off with biceps. Right now, what I guess what concerned me the most was the idea of junk volume, right? I understand that vertical pulling mainly hits the lats and it's more so the width of your back, right? Now, the horizontal is the retraction of your back, right? So, specifically, if you're retracting, you activate and you recruit the muscles in your middle back, right? These consist of your trapezius, your rhomboids, right? And when I think about this, I guess there's effectiveness in doing vertical and horizontal, right? But to what extent am I overloading myself with one of these exercises to the point where when I start to do horizontal after doing all of these pull-ups, I'm not getting as much of a stimulus and I'm over fatiguing my muscle to the point where I'm not getting I'm beyond the sufficient range of I guess that stimulus, right? And now I'm just wasting my energy, right? I'm just overdoing it and I'm just increasing the time it takes to recover, right? And I guess like objectively, that's a bit different because I'm hitting different muscle groups, or at least I'm prioritizing different muscle groups a lot more, right? But when I was thinking about these incline flyers, right? Um, Although they do work specifically on the retraction, a lot more retraction work compared to the rows, I'm wondering whether it's even effective at all with increasing the stimulus I'm getting on my back, right? To what point is doing 4 sets of 10 with rows sufficient enough for me not to do incline flies, right? Or incline reverse flies. So when when is the limit where I'm just doing junk volume and I'm not getting any benefit from this workout? Now, in terms of the bicep work, I think the biceps are a bit more isolation work, and it does make sense that these will help isolating with bicep curls, simply because if I'm doing the pronated grip for pull-ups, I'm not using my biceps as much as if I were doing chin-ups, right? So in this sense, bicep curls, I'm definitely going to keep in my sessions, but I'm just a bit, I guess, confused or naive about how much I should be doing in the overall volume, right? So for pull-ups, I did 3 sets of 3 explosive, 4 sets of 5 weighted 20 kilos, and then 4 sets of 10 body weight. Maybe this is too excessive. I'm not too sure. Personally, I felt this was a nice session, right? It felt good, and maybe it's unique for every single individual. So in that sense, maybe I can't really give myself a reference of this objective idea of what's junk volume to the certain individual. So yeah, that was basically what was in my mind in this session, and I'll finish it off here.